Scorpio, I am doing past, present, and contemplation spread for the first time on this channel. So if you're curious as to the placements in the spread, go ahead and click the description box below. Also, there is information on both decks being used because, yes, there are two decks here. So let's get to it, Scorpio. Let's see where we're at. We have the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune in the inverse, and the Hermit, which is interesting. So the Empress in your past speaks of power and understanding. The Wheel of Fortune in the inverse to me speaks of confusion and loss of control. And the Hermit speaks to me of seeking wisdom within. So let's see what we got here. Ooh. Scorpio. So the past energy that is currently on your mind, that is currently affecting you, you felt like something was a sure shot. You had this passionate new beginning and this understanding, and you had all the faith in this world that whatever this was yours for the taking. And there was nobody who was going to tell you otherwise. You really honestly believed that this thing that you wanted was yours. The Wheel of Fortune in the inverse tells me a different story. This tells me that you didn't necessarily have the resources that it took in order to take control of the situation that you wanted. You didn't have what you thought you had. You were hoping to make the impossible possible. You really thought that you had the recipe to take these two very difficult energies and make them function, but it just didn't work for you, and you're really feeling the effects of that right now. What I see in your contemplation, now contemplation could be what is coming towards you. It could also be where you are headed. And this part is not solid yet. These things have already happened. This right here is subject to change if you want to. But what this is saying is that you are literally going back to the drawing board. You are looking at your past, and you are looking at why you did not get a return in investment on this situation. And you are really going to spend some time examining who you are and how it is you function. So if this is a vocational thing, if this is a work situation, it really feels like you were going at it so strong until you hit this brick wall, okay? And now you're going back going, wait, what happened? What can I fix? What can I move forward? So if this is a work situation, I don't see the entire project or the entire prospect as being lost. I see it as you recognizing there's something that can change. If this is about a personal relationship, then that means that there's somebody else involved. And this point of contemplation that you have is a lack of understanding of why something went the way that it went. So if it's a work thing, it's easy to clarify what went wrong because you can literally retrace your steps. If this involves another person, then you can only retrace your steps, but you cannot retrace their interpretation of your steps. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's a whole other side to this that you aren't considering. So let's see. We'll leave the past alone because you thought you had it, so there's no point in looking in there. So at this point, we're going to look into the present, what you actually have control over now. Yeah, see, there is a lot of responsibility on one person's shoulders. And here is another person who either doesn't care or doesn't want to move on from the situation. Do you understand? So one person is feeling all of the responsibility and burdens, and the other person here feels very little. If this is a work situation, you're very responsible for what's happening, and it might be that your team or whoever you're working with doesn't understand. If this is a personal relationship, this could just be two people who speak two different. People reference it as a love language, but a personal relationship can just be a friendship. But this is two people who don't know how to communicate with each other regarding their emotion. Yeah. You can appraise the situation all you want, but the resource and the offer is where something went wrong. So you actually have to look at the tangible. This is a very heavy energy, Scorpio, and I kind of feel like if I pull more cards, it's really just going to give me, like, this is giving me a dual nature, this is giving me a dual nature. This just tells me that there's two sides of the story, and if you want to solve this problem, you have to actually look at the other side, not just your own. So, Scorpio, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I will catch you next time.